Welcome to Space Age Rabbit. Today, let's take a trip back in time and count down the top 10 shows of the 1954-1955 season. So let's get right into it. At number 10, December Bride. December Bride debuted in 1954, bringing audiences a lighthearted sitcom centered on widow Lily Ruskin. Lily lived with her daughter Ruth and son in law Matt, happily inserting herself into their daily lives whether they asked for it or not. A lot of the show's funny moments came from Lily's back and forth with her best friend Hilda Crocker, plus the constant griping from their neighbor Pete Porter, who never stopped complaining about his mysterious wife Gladys. And viewers wouldn't actually see Gladys until years later when Pete and Gladys spun off in 1960. December Bride aired on CBS on Monday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Next up at number 9, the Ford Television Theater. Ford Theater actually began its life on the radio before leaping onto television in 1948. The TV version quickly earned a reputation for strong writing and top-notch acting, offering viewers a little bit of everything. And since every episode stood on its own, audiences never knew what kind of tale they were going to walk into. But they did know it would be well crafted and well performed. The Ford Television Theater aired on NBC on Thursday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Smoother, livelier, more responsive, and so economical to operate. Every Ford 454 gives you new riding comfort and handling ease with the new ball joint front suspension, exclusive with Ford in its field. For the car for you, see the great new line of 54 Fords at your Ford dealers soon.
At number 8, The George Gobel Show. The George Gobel Show made its debut in 1954, and it quickly stood out as a relaxed, good natured variety series. Comedian George Gobel was known for his soft spoken delivery and his quirky, deadpan take on everyday life. Each episode, George would open with a monologue, and then it would ease into comedy sketches, musical numbers, and appearances from various guest stars. The show also featured singer Peggy King, nicknamed Pretty Perky Peggy King, as its resident vocalist. The show was a sort of fun, friendly television that viewers were happy to settle in with each week. The George Gobel Show aired on NBC on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. At number 7, The Jack Benny Show. The Jack Benny Show starred comedian Jack Benny playing an exaggerated version of himself, a thrifty, mildly vain entertainer who always seemed to land in some sort of ridiculous situation. The show mixed sitcom style storytelling with a variety show feel, giving audiences the best of both worlds. A huge part of the show's charm came from its supporting cast, especially Rochester, Jack's quick witted valet, played by Eddie Anderson. Rochester often stole the scene with his sharp comebacks and his ability to cut straight through Jack's ego. The Jack Benny Show aired on CBS on Sunday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Hear about it, there's a brand new breakfast plate. Tell about it, yell about it, there's a brand new breakfast plate. They're sweeter, they're crispier, they're crisp as they can be. You'll eat 'em and love 'em, just try a bowl and see. Oh, Post has made a new and crispier breakfast plate. Post has made a new and crispier breakfast plate.
At number 6, Walt Disney's Disneyland. When Walt Disney needed funding to build his ambitious new theme park, Disneyland, he turned to television. And after CBS and NBC both passed on the idea of a weekly series, ABC agreed to partner with him. And in 1954, Walt Disney's Disneyland premiered. Each week, viewers were treated to stories themed around one of Disneyland's four main lands: Adventureland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, or Frontierland. The series was an immediate success, especially with the introduction of its Davy Crockett storyline.
Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee, green estate in the land of the free. Raised in the woods so's he knew every tree. Killed him a bar when he was only 3. Davy, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
This sparked a massive Davy Crockett craze, and Disney merchandise flew off of store shelves, and even the theme song, The Ballad of Davy Crockett, became a hit record. The series worked on two levels: an entertaining anthology series for families, and a clever way for Disney to build excitement for his theme park. The success of the show laid the groundwork for Disneyland's grand opening and eventually evolved into the long running Wonderful World of Disney. Disneyland aired on ABC on Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. At number 5, The Toast of the Town. The Toast of the Town, hosted by Ed Sullivan, was already a weekend tradition by 1954. This was a season before the show would officially be renamed The Ed Sullivan Show, and it was a place where families gathered around the TV to see a little bit of everything. Each episode offered a grab bag of entertainment. You might see singers, comedians, Broadway acts, acrobats, magicians, and movie stars all sharing the same stage. You just never knew who was going to walk out from behind those curtains. And Ed Sullivan made the whole mix work. Toast of the Town aired on CBS on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. Next up, at number 4, You Bet Your Life. You Bet Your Life was a game show hosted by Groucho Marx. Each episode teamed up everyday people to answer trivia questions and try their luck at winning some money. The show featured a secret word, a random word revealed to the audience before the game started. And if a contestant said it during the chat, a toy duck would drop from above with a bonus prize. Groucho's quick wit and dry humor made the show a fan favorite. You Bet Your Life aired on NBC on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Hooray! It's the National Jello Week. Tell everybody you know. And don't let the week go by without Jello.
At number 3, Dragnet. Dragnet continued to dominate television in its fourth season, with Jack Webb returning as the no nonsense Sergeant Friday. And by this point, Dragnet had fully established its signature style. The clip dialogue, the methodical police work, and that opening line.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Cases were presented slow, steady, and by the book. No flashy chase scenes, no exaggerated drama, just old fashioned detective work. And Jack Webb spoke with that unmistakable, no nonsense cadence, giving the show its trademark just the facts style. Dragnet aired on NBC on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Next, at number 2, The Jackie Gleason Show. This 1954-55 season of The Jackie Gleason Show was the year before The Honeymooners spun off as a full half-hour sitcom. So audiences were still getting those beloved sketches as part of Gleason's larger Saturday night lineup. Each episode was a mix of comedy bits, musical guests, and appearance from Gleason's stable of recurring characters. And it was clear that Ralph and Alice Cramden and Ed and Trixie Norton had outgrown the sketch format. Their popularity helped set the stage for the Honeymooners to launch as its own weekly series the following fall. The Jackie Gleason Show aired on CBS on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, can you guess what is in the number 1 spot? And I feel like this one's probably a pretty easy guess. The number 1 show of the 1954-1955 season is I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy had already become a television staple by the time it hit its fourth season. And since its debut in 1951, audiences had fallen in love with Lucy, the endlessly curious housewife with big showbiz dreams, and her exasperated bandleader husband, Ricky, who was just always trying to keep her out of trouble. Season 4 kicked off one of the show's most memorable story arcs. Ricky begins auditioning for a role in the film Don Juan. And when he lands the part, the whole gang, Lucy, Ricky, Fred, and Ethel, pack up and head to Hollywood. Their cross country drive becomes the setup for some of the season's funniest moments. I Love Lucy aired on CBS on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. So that's it. That's the top 10 TV shows of the 1954-1955 season. Did any of them surprise you? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and like this sort of content, please consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching.
Breakfast time. Have the mountain grown coffee with your breakfast toast. Serve a mountain grown Folgers, that's what folks like most. It's got the richest, finest flavor known. Taste the richness in Folgers. It's mountain grown. Mountain grown.